All right, hello.
Hello, friends.
We're back on the Great
Hello.
Eights Attorney Chronicles. So we're on 2 Electric Boogaloo. We're on the
Yeah,
last
electric
case of
blue.
2. So we're almost done with 2, which considering the fact I think we've played this for like a year and a half now,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I think it might be time to maybe finish it up. Just
Yeah,
possibly.
maybe. That's a
Um,
possibility.
um really quick, I do want to kind of point out a new feature because I know we've had issues with people's internet not being great. You should now be able to change the quality on your stream. We finally made Twitch affiliate, so if you ever wondered how long it takes to get that when you A, don't do any marketing, B, play games that no one's heard of, and C, put zero effort into it, just stream a ton. It takes about 6 years. So
Let's freaking go!
let's go.
Twitch affiliate! Woo, 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 woo,
So yes, now we have all the other stuff like subs and stuff like that. So if you do want to support us, you can subscribe and all of that. But really, the big thing that I wanted to point out is you can now adjust the quality, which is the thing I am the most excited about.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you didn't get ads before the stream. So, quick little thing. I don't spend time on Twitch other than when we stream. So now I have all these things that I have absolutely no idea what they do. Like I can now schedule ads and stuff like that. And I was sitting there going, do we have ads? Is that a thing? So that was me
It
hitting the
is
button going, I wonder what
now.
happens.
It is now.
So apparently that button does work. But yeah, I don't know. You maybe made us like half of a penny. I don't know what ad revenue is, but you know.
Oh my.
All right. Someone want to start introductions?
Sure. I was about to say, I'll fill in my 2 cents real quick. So I have a Redbubble shop, and they have a threshold of like you have to make so much money before they'll actually send you like anything. So that might be,
Yeah, it's $50.
like a year they might send you a check for like for what?
$50 is the payout amount. I had to do it when I applied us for affiliates. So once we hit
Redbubble's
$50,
a lot smaller, but yes.
yeah, we will get our first paycheck, and we can determine how to allocate that properly.
You can have the sense.
Yeah.
So in like 3 years, that'll be a fun conversation for us to have.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not expecting that to happen anytime soon.
You're good. You're good.
But you know
Anyway,
what? If something
hi.
happens.
Anyway, hi, hello. My name's Lemur. I voice, let's see, Susato,
Kazuma,
Gina, Kazuma, and that's. Oh, I had to give up a couple characters.
You did.
Because so that's all I've got right now. I'm sure other ones will pop back up that I'm like, oh yeah, that one too.
All right.
That's all I got.
Woo.
Hello, my name is Manabingu. I'm a resident voice actor. I usually play Sherlock Holmes. I play my assistant, and then I play the prosecution. But the you know that guy who puts his feet on the table, even though that's rude. Lord Von Zix.
So rude. Like what the fuck? Why did he even do that? There was no need to.
To assert his dominance. Which actually I respect that. You know, I respect asserting your dominance. But
he can't fucking T-pose like a normal person. He has to get his foot involved. So, you know.
He's got a
it's for his it's for his only fangs.
Yeah.
But because we think he's a vampire. Anyway, so and I took over Lord Strongheart because Lemur was like, help. But that's, I think, about it.
Excellent. And I'm Kels. I am your player 1, so I have the controller, and I make very few of the decisions. Actually, I do make a decent number of the decisions in this game when it comes to what to propose, and like 70% of the time I've been wrong on this case. So expect absolutely nothing from me.
All the brain cells.
I played Ryunosuke Naruhodo, so I do play our protagonist, and occasionally I play the bailiff who was formerly known as Elmo, and will someday once again be known as the artist Elmo. All right, let's recap and just get into it. All right, so... So, Susato was in a funk before the trial. Von Zieks admitted that he let the Reaper legend go so far because it felt like his late brother's will, and Iris gave us a Rabbit Sholmes charm. She said, pull the ears when the time is right. Why is the time not right yet? I want to know what happened. That's all I can think about. Like, fuck this case. I just want to know what happens if I pull the ears. Yujin and Jigoku stayed out late with Sholmes, and Strongheart took over as the judge to blatantly rig the trial. Vigil signed a confession that he impersonated Gregson to meet the Red-Headed League. Kazuma gave an updated autopsy that admits we might not be wrong about when Gregson died. Gina testified that the Yard searched Gregson's office and found records of him investigating black markets. Gina snooped around herself and found a hidden bottom to the desk with a book naming the Grouse Club that places Von Zieks at the scene, but they didn't see Gregson there. We pointed out that Grouse is also the name of the ship that Yujin and Jigoku came to London on, matching the passport. Kazuma knew this and said that Gregson was on a mission for the Reaper. The only way our claim that Gregson died on the Grouse works is if Jigoku and or Yujin is the killer. Kazuma made Gina testify about the notebook to defend Gregson's honor, naming Seishiro Jigoku as the intended final mark. Barak spoke up to call Gina a sloppy detective puppeteered by Kazuma's revenge script. He testified that he investigated Gregson as an arm of the Reaper organization and assumed the grouse he went to was the club. Gina noticed the name Asashin in the notebook. Von Zieks said he prosecuted the case where Jigoku broke the stand, and Kazuma asserted that Jigoku wasn't on the hit list for having been the defendant back then. Gina cried for us to find the truth, so Strongheart fired her. That was a wild sentence to say out loud, let me just point that out, which it is, correct. That is exactly what happened. But that is still wild to say out loud. We called out Kazuma for knowing the contents of Gregson's trunk that has a blood stain on it, implying that Kazuma was present at the murder scene. Our Dana Menace count is 13, our racism count is 17, and our Hallowed Chalice count is 2. Alright. I am cold, and I have a blanket right here, so ignore me for just half a second. Yay, Blanky. Alright.
Blanky.
Gonna get cozy up in this bitch. All right.
I love that. Oh my god.
All right. On 31st of October, where exactly were you? I don't remember exactly what the rest of that sentence was before that, so, we're gonna go with that intonation right now.
At the port of Dunkirk, on board the SS Grouse. Is that the answer you're looking for, Ryunosuke?
Kazuma? What did you... I hadn't considered the possibility before, but if Kazuma was there on the ship, then it can only have been for one purpose.
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo, surely you don't think...
Let me just point out, if Kazuma did murder him, it explains why I have thought he was so hot this entire time. And, I just have a type at this point.
Yeah. Come on, Ryunosuke, you know the rules.
The
only thing The only thing that really
10 out of
talks in
10.
the courtroom is hard evidence and other hard things.
Exactly. Thank you. I
Actually.
didn't even have to say it. I'm proud of you.
Actually.
I understand it. Inspector Gregson always took that case with him when he traveled. So as it stands, you've proved nothing. Bitch.
Kazuma,
Hmm.
are you challenging me to prove it beyond all reasonable doubt?
Yes.
That you were there that day in the same place as the inspector? This is called foreplay. Shut the fuck up, Von Zieks. You're not
he was
involved
there
in this.
with Gregson. I could be if I wanted to.
No! Stay out of this! There's a clue that you've overlooked. A secret that the trunk can tell us. Is there in Ryunosuke? I can't be sure at this point. I'll need to verify it. But I have a nasty feeling that I'm going to be right.
The accusation has been made. The accusation being made is deeply disturbing, but nevertheless, we must test it. The defense will identify for the court where in the trunk this alleged clue is to be found. Oh, don't mind if we do. Where is the evidence that ties Prosecutor Asagi to Inspector Gregson? It's in the bloodstain, right?
Well, it's either in the bloodstain or it's in this little thing, because I think that looks like there's something in there.
Samurai.
So if his sword is
Or-
incomplete now. Have you seen this huge gash across the side of the trunk here? It's gone right through the leather and into the metal behind. Oh, maybe that's just the metal behind.
Gosh, for metal chests like this to have been so badly damaged. What? So we were briefly we were talking about how our dashboards have changed with this new change. There's things happening that are very distracting to me. It's fine.
We're on a learning curve, guys.
Over here. Sorry. I'm not going to press any buttons because last time I tried pressing buttons, there was no back button, and I panicked. Oh my god. There we go. Sorry.
Are you okay?
There's more things happening.
What is happening?
Yeah, chat is now subscribed at tier 1.
Oh, thank you.
There's a whole, oh, and there's an ad. Oh my god, what the fuck? Okay. Whatever made this gash must have struck the side of the trunk with considerable force.
I wonder what happened. Lemur is just having a full breakdown over here.
Shit's going down.
It's okay.
Alright, so you think it's a blood stain, maybe? Look at this dark stain here. Do you think...
Yes, I'm afraid so. I think it's blood.
Blood?
I knew you were going to say that. So that presumably means...
So apparently, well, yeah, chat just said, I'm a mod, how dare you show me a minute of ads? I also got the ads. You missed what was said while the ads were playing? What the fuck?
That's so mean!
What?
Twitch is
Then you probably
wild,
just missed-
bro.
I don't like that. It should, like, catch you back up to, like, or, you know, it shouldn't just, like, go over us. It should... Anyway. What did we... It was mostly me freaking out. We've been looking at this case for too long. So...
Jeff Bezos, I will find you.
This was present at the scene when Inspector Gregson was killed.
Killed?
That's the most logical conclusion, yes.
Do you think Gina's been carrying this around with her? If you didn't know any better, I suppose it does look like a grease stain from all the fish and chips. Yeah, I mean, so I think that's our two options here, right? I don't remember seeing anything inside of the case that would. Yeah, let's have a look inside. We've only seen the case 18 million times. I don't remember seeing anything inside of here because there's just the passport in here. So it's either the weapon gash or it's the blood stain.
Oh, we saved, right?
Nope, can't save in this screen. But we have all 5, so I'm really not worried if we're between 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I still think it's the sword slash.
You think it's the katana mark?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Oh, this is your proof. What do you say to that, Prosecutor Azugi?
Personally, I think tying the defense counsel to the inspector's trunk is... Oh, Jesus. I think tying the defense counsel to the inspector's trunk and tossing it into the sea would be more helpful.
What? Excuse you, I'm
At least
lovable.
that way London's court... At least that way London's courtrooms will be safe from his destructive accusations. Bitch. I believe that was a rather long-winded way of telling you that you were wrong, Mr. Naruhodo.
Very well. Then let us see if you sink or swim under the weight of this penalty, Counsel. Shit.
Mr. Naruhodo, you can't allow yourself to be drowned at sea yet.
I was hoping never to let that happen, funnily enough.
The defense will identify the court and where in the trunk this alleged clue is to be found.
Okay, so it's not the mark. So we think it's the blood stain? It's the only other, that's the only thing I got.
Yeah.
Got it.
This is
I
your
think we're
proof?
wrong.
What do you say to that, Prosecutor Azuki?
We're gonna save as well.
I was-
so that we
I
Yeah.
was about to say that we need to make it's the actual metal shard, not the mark.
Oh, well. Alright, yeah. Throw me into the ocean.
Blah blah blah, throw in the ocean. Aye, bitch.
It's fine. Just let me die. Alright. What do we actually need to look at?
We need to be like actually select the so open Gregson's trunk, depending on the angle, point to the right side where the metal shard is sticking out.
Do you see that? There's something stuck in the side of the trunk here. I didn't realize when I sat there and selected it that you can only select it from one side since you can see it from both.
Right. You would think that just selecting that in general would help. But no,
that is
apparently
so
not.
hyper specific.
So specific. There's
That's
something
rude as
So
hell.
hyper specific.
There's something stuck in the side of the trunk there. It's glinting.
Looks like a fragment of metal of some sort. But it's wedged in so tightly, I can't remove it.
Well, don't cut yourself. You'd better leave it, I think. Yeah, let's make forensics get it. There's a small piece of metal lodged in the wall of the trunk here, like the tip of a blade.
Eh? A blade?
Kazuma, slung around your waist as ever today, is the esteemed blade Karuma. He has 2 swords.
Mm.
Of course it is.
Won't you draw it here in this courtroom for all to see?
Exercise caution, my learned friend.
Which one of us are you talking to here?
That man is the son of London's most notorious killer.
Oh, you're worried for me? Aw.
Cute. Bailiff Elmo. Watch Prosecutor Asuke like a hawk.
Yes, sir.
That won't be necessary.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh no!
The tip is broken. It's been
Oh.
circumcised.
I was trying to come up with a circumcision joke. Damn it.
You're welcome. If the fragment of metal from the trunk fits together with the end of the sword, the question of who is there with Inspector Gregson will be answered. Agreed? Kazuma Asogi?
Expertly done, Ryunosuke. That is a point to you, and well deserved.
Okay, this isn't a tennis match. Reverse circumcision.
Do you mean to tell the court, Prosecutor Asuki?
He tried to circumcise Gregson and it backfired.
Oh no.
Yes, on 31st October, I accompanied Inspector Gregson to Dunkirk. In order to carry out a mission. Mission
So,
for Gad.
the additional person authorized to travel
Was me.
Oh, and the missing was...
The assassination of the Mark.
What? What? You mean you're the killer whose name was omitted from this notebook? You were following the Reaper's orders to ditch path to do something. Judge Chikoku?
To distract Judge...
Yeah, to do something. To
Distract.
dispatch Judge Jikoku.
Let me make one thing perfectly clear, excuse me. I have killed no one.
Explain.
I accepted the assassination mission, yes, and I accompanied Gregson to Dunkirk.
You're with me, Chad. Even if it turns out Kazuma didn't do it, we know he still tried to be an assassin, and that's close enough. So, you know,
Yeah.
like,
That's
look.
still pretty hot.
Exactly, like...
Still on brand.
Killer? Hot. Attempted killer? Also pretty hot. Like, you know, it's not like all the way there, but, you know. He's hot.
He was
so
pledging.
I'll let him get there. He's like a 9 instead of a 10 at that point, and, you know.
But I never had any intention of carrying out the plan.
You were never going to do it? Why would he tell us in the middle of a court of law if he was going to do it? Just as a question.
Because we are in a court of law.
Yeah.
Precisely because of that.
We can believe Cosmo-sama, I'm sure.
Can we? Because he just lied to us like 10 minutes ago.
After all, Judge Jigoku arrived safely in London at the following day. On the 31st, I boarded a train from London with Inspector Gregson. We traveled to Dover, from where we crossed the Channel to Dunkirk. When we boarded the SS Grouse, we made for the cabin deck, as indicated in the plan. You went to Judge Jigoku's cabin? Exactly. He wasn't there, though. We decided to wait, but...
But you've already told us you had no intention of going through with it anyway.
I didn't come to Great Britain to take anyone's life. So, I left Gregson and disembarked the ship. I spent that night at the boarding house in town and returned to England the following morning.
A boarding house in Dunkirk?
My signature will be in the register book. It would be simple enough to verify.
Then what became of Jigoku?
Gregson was no assassin, so the mark was spared. I'm sure it's easy enough to imagine what happened after that.
Exactly. Lord Strongheart, I think it's a conflict of interest that the prosecutor and the victim were on a murder date together. Can we win the trial by disqualification, please? Pretty please.
Yay!
Gregson returned to England as well, having failed to complete the mission.
Why would Gregson take one look at you, the man who, has been Von Zeke's apprentice for however long, and go, yeah, that man's gonna murder someone? Like, come on.
Because he had a hot mask.
He met with the Reaper in that room on Fresno Street to report the failure. Causing the infuriated mastermind to pull the trigger. And end his wretched agent's life.
So he's been so good that he's been able to evade the police for 10 fucking years. But this one, he just, like, completely ham-handed it, is the prosecution's
The one time
position.
he fucked up.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
That's the real truth behind Inspector Gregson's murder.
Objection!
But if you did nothing as you claim, how did the tip of your sword come to be lodged in the inspector's trunk?
Okay, isn't this my job, just as a question?
I'm doing your job for you!
I know. I guess I'll just let you do it.
Also, I'm a nosy little bitch, so...
Don't need to answer that.
Yes, you do.
The victim was killed by a gunshot. A small fragment of a Japanese blade isn't relevant to the case.
Yes, it is.
I think it is. And accordingly, I choose to exercise my right to silence on that matter.
Mm-hmm. Be that as it may, the court will sequester the sword as evidence.
As you wish, my lord.
Alright, we have a sword. Technically, we have the same sword that we've had for, ages and just gave up like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the sword, actually. I think that's probably a good idea before we get too far. Well, it's a sword. Karuma, the Great Blade. It's such a thing of beauty. I want to gaze on it for hours. It's
Do you have
naked.
a crush on it? No, just kidding.
The tip of the great sword, broken. It's such a shame. It's been so meticulously cared for over the years. I can almost hear Karuma's sobs. Is this Tokunabe? Kazuma must have really taken a swing for that to happen.
It is now.
It is now.
We have now entered the Tokenrambu AU.
Perfect. Yeah, okay, well, that's really, apparently that's the only thing to inspect here. There's no blood on it or anything. So.
On
Stays on.
Look, let me just say, if you have a sword, yes, it does stay on during sex. There's no question there. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Oh my god. To verify where Seishiro Jigoku remains unharmed.
What? Remains unharmed?
I agree. That should be our first priority. It's recently come to my attention that he hasn't been seen since yesterday.
How did you...
When a foreign dignitary invited to Great Britain goes missing for 24 hours, it's only natural that the question of his safety should arise.
You don't mean to say that you think Judge Jigoku may have been killed? No, not Hot Judge.
The Reaper has more than one assassin at his disposal. And he has the power and influence to give orders from inside of a prison cell.
What the fuck?
Isn't that right, Lord Von Zeeks?
If I were truly the Reaper, I'd be able to tell you.
Were you hoping that he'd sit there and say, yes, haha, my master plan. You've solved it.
Order, order, court, order. We will take an emergency recess for 30 minutes.
Now?
Yes. Guests of the symposium have been told to maintain regular contact with the organizer's office. If the man can't be located within half an hour, we will have to assume the worst.
No, not Judge Jigoku.
I didn't get to sleep with him yet.
Yeah.
No one would want to kill a harmless Japanese man who'd only just arrived in the country. Except, that is, for the Reaper wanting to finish off a mark that slipped through the net 10 years ago.
I would have to agree.
I just love that this man supposedly died for breaking a podium like 10 years ago. Like, that was so bad, apparently, to this Reaper, that he's like, you know what? He steps foot in the country again, lights out for him.
He's out.
He's sleeping with the fishes now.
Wow. Mr. Naruhodo, for the defense's sake.
My lord?
I sincerely hope we are successful.
I hope you are too. Hot Judge is Hot Judge.
If we're unable to confirm Mr. Jigoku's health existence in the next 30 minutes, you will face grave difficulties.
Are you just mad because you're not Hot Judge?
Yes. Court is adjourned for 30 minutes.
Gina, go. Search. Now. Get Inspector Toby on the case. Why are we just sitting in the courtroom alone?
Kazuma-sama, the Reaper's assassin. I feel as though I'm in a nightmare.
I can hardly believe it either. But on the other hand...
He's still hot.
He is so much hotter now. Kazuma isn't in the habit of making up stories.
So, okay, so the thing that I've been thinking about a little bit is so very standard, and again, I'm applying real world logic to this game, and we all know I shouldn't be. But like, so he had amnesia, which is brain trauma, and a big like side effect of brain trauma is like changes in personality. So we can't really trust anything that we knew about him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't a liar before. A liar now.
I mean, he's been hanging out with Von Zeeks and Strongheart for the last, like, year and a half at this point, so...
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows what he does?
Only things.
Be a completely different person.
He had only blades. It's fine.
Only blades. Oh my god.
I have such
Just
a terrible
shows us
sense
his
of
sword
foreboding.
all day.
If something awful has happened to Judge Jigoku, And I feel as though things will only spiral further and further out of control.
Yeah, I don't think even the embassy's gonna get us out of that one. I felt it from the moment I stepped into the courthouse this morning. That strange sensation that we were careering towards a foregone conclusion. Well, in the worst case, we might only have 30 minutes left. Fortunately, though, I don't think there's anything we can do but wait now. We're out of options.
Actually, there may be one last hand we can play. Or rather, one last ear.
Of course. The little Mr. Sholmes doll that Iris gave us. This is like Christmas for me. I cannot wait to see what happens.
We finally get to use it.
If for some reason you completely run out of options in the trial today,
Snap out of it, Naruhodo-san. It's only 2 of the 4 voices in your head who think being a murderer is hot.
This isn't like you.
then just pull the little Harley's ears as hard as you possibly can.
Perhaps now is the time. What should I do? Pull Harley's ears or not? Okay.
Pull it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I get executive decision, and I've been waiting for so long. We're fucking pulling it.
Yeah.
Here goes then. I'm going to do it.
Good luck, Mr. Naruhodo.
We pull the tab, it's like a grenade. Harley blows up. No looking back. Heave.
Oh. Ow.
That scream sounded like Mr. Sholmes.
Mr. Sholmes, where are you?
In your brain. My dear fellow here.
It's the felt doll talking.
Pull the ears again,
Wow.
Mr. Naruhodo, as hard as you can.
No.
All right then, I'll put all my strength into it. Heave.
Ow. Please, my dear fellows, you don't need to pull my ear off.
Mr. Sholmes, where are you?
Iris invented ye old walkie-talkie.
Myself and my trusty partner are presently in the first-class cabin area of the SS Grouse.
The SS Grouse?
She left Dover last night after the final pieces of cargo were loaded. We are currently docked in Dunkirk, but due to be underway again in half an hour.
You've taken a ship to France? Is now the time!
Yes, please. Even with my athletic prowess, I would struggle to jump the Straits of Dover. After we left Baker Street last night, we hurried by cab to the station, and by train to the port, in order to board this vessel in time.
So, you mean you'd already worked it out? That the steamship was where everything really took place?
Oh, Mr. Naruhodo, pray, what is my name?
Have you forgotten it again?
Yes.
Herlock Sholmes, world-famous great detective.
Recited to perfection. Well done, I
Never
love you.
saying that again.
I love you. Ow. Damn. Ow, shit. Just keep going. Fuck. It never ends.
Lemur, it's
You're
your...
a genius, Mr. Film. Only word for it.
Ow. Miss Yutato, gently with the genius's ears, please.
Oh my, I'm ever so sorry.
I forgive you just because you're Susato. If I may, Mr. Schultz. Ah, there you are, Mikatoba. You may remember that it was in fact I who made the connection to the SS Grouse. At Scotland Yard yesterday, when we examined that notebook and recalled my steamship ticket. Oh! Oh yes, but of course, it was my dear fellow. And not once did I controvert that fact. I merely had our court-bound companions utter my name. Yes, you did, didn't you? Well,
We've just entered a recess. The trial resumes in 30 minutes from now.
If we're unable to present any new leads, then I'm afraid to say.
oh, do not fret. Please, it's for precisely that purpose that my partner and I have made this journey. I've no doubt we shall have a welcome news for you within the hour.
Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. That would be wonderful.
Until later, then.
Yes, you'll be hearing from us if you're not in touch first.
Ow, ow, ow. I shall be hearing anything if you keep tugging my ear in the mindless fashion. Whatever was the idea behind making a receiver operated in that way in the first place, Sholmes? Why, the deuce would I know? It's Iris's invention, not mine.
She thought it was funny.
Yes.
There we go. So while the courtroom is empty, wanna bang Miss Susato?
Yes, I know how much you enjoy being the hero of the hour, Mr. Sholmes. We have about half an hour before the grouse puts to sea again. If we don't conclude our investigations rapidly, we shall find ourselves in Naples before long. There are times, Mikatoba, when you make a surprising amount of sense. So, let us begin!
Oh!
Oh, it's this bitch again! I love his midriff. Oh, first class cabin number 2. Yes, that's the one. But I don't believe that an investigation of the cabin is going to be plain sailing. That crewman standing in front of the door is an angry-looking fellow. Lemur, you want to take that one?
Yeah. Why are you loitering here? Who are you?
Oh, my dear fellow, do you not recognize world-famous great detective when you see one?
Do you want me to take Mikotoba so you're not constantly talking to yourself?
Sure.
Okay, I'll take him for now.
The question really ought to be, who are you?
I love that he has Sholmes written on his arm.
Wow. Oh, he's a fanboy.
Okay. How do you pronounce that first name?
I have no idea. Godspeed.
Chicken.
Do you not
stroganoff?
recognize the world-traveling great sailor?
Is it chicken? Chicken stroganoff?
Chicken. Yeah, chicken.
Stroganoff.
Oh my god, it's chicken! It's chicken! Fuck! Chicken stroganoff! I hate it here. 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 Why? I hate it here. Alright,
Great
chicken.
detective. I don't think so.
Do you see that, Mikotoba? It would appear that this man is a devoted follower of mine.
Goodness me. Is that a tattoo that says Sholmes?
I must say, while such adoration is flattering, naturally, it does leave me a little cold.
What are you talking about? Leave now.
Yes, clearly this is
Ah.
Eve Stroganoff's brother. chicken.
It's chicken. How distressing. My loyal devotee knows me only by name and not by appearance. Yes, I already know a great deal about you, sir. You have a brother, I believe. Yes, currently traveling with the Russian team, in fact.
How could you know this?
Elementary idea, Manitoba.
Is your mic having some issues? You sound like you're a robot. You want to check everything's plugged in properly.
Oh, my audio is
There it
breaking.
goes.
Hold on.
You sound
Well,
normal
now it's
now.
Kels's turn.
Oh, it's
There
me
we go.
now? Do I sound normal now?
Nope, you sound like a robot.
What the
I
hell?
sound like a robot. No.
You did, and now Kels does.
なんでしょ
Oh no, Kels does sound like a robot. Wow.
Okay, how's that?
That's how you were sounding a second ago.
Wow.
なんでしょ Says the call.
Kels sounds normal.
Okay, now Kels sounds normal to chat. What the hell?
What do I
Is it my
sound like a
turn?
robot? Is
No,
it
you
my
sound normal to me.
I think we're back to normal, maybe?
You still sound like a robot for me and Lamer.
Not as bad. Like, it's better.
It's Discord is
But
what it
apparently-
is. I'm watching the connectivity go up and down. So,
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna go with it because I sound normal to chat. But,
Yeah, you
You
sound normal now.
Yeah, now you
through
do.
Discord.
Yay. I'm. Oh yeah, that's yours.
I'm sure it was. 3 days ago, I was bound for London aboard this ship, you see. We're looking for one of my fellow passengers, a man by the name of Jigoku.
There's no one with that name on board.
But we know that he purchased a ticket for passage. I am so used to only voicing Ryunosuke. I'm like, Mikotoba, that's not me.
You mean the Eastern man? Jesus. He left the ship 2 hours ago. Oh, you mean Eastern man. That's right, we're Russian. Here at Dunkirk. He said something about emergency, I think.
What?
Probably
Are you
Russian.
sure? So Seishiro's realized that we're after him, has he?
His cabin is the one behind you. We should like to investigate, please.
No, I have orders not to let even mouse inside.
Is that why you have a mousetrap right there?
Mikotoba, be a good man and draw this sailor's attention away, would you? Make up some excuse that leaves the area. So that he leaves the area. Chicken.
Doesn't Great Detective see that even sailors have ears, both left and right?
And they're absolutely fetching.
Curses! The plan is ruined!
And you have only yourself to blame, I'm afraid, Sholmes.
Fuck.
Forget it. Cabin door is locked. Even if I am not here, you cannot get inside.
Mikotoba, I'm sure you haven't forgotten my special talent, have you?
Huh? Opening any lock? Taking body shots?
Yes, a pin-up, actually. With a mere 5 seconds. So, if you'd like to be so kind as to afford me the requisite time, old friend, in your typical accommodating manner.
How could I refuse such a typically unappealing request, old friend? So I
Is
need
anyone
to
else suspicious that we haven't actually seen Mikotoba?
Well, I assume that that's because he's our point of view character at the moment, but
That is true.
because we're getting his thoughts as well.
Yeah.
But it could be a red flag. You are correct. So
I don't never trust men. All men do is lie. No,
exactly. So I need to distract that burly sailor for 5 seconds. Do I?
Alright.
It's time to strip.
Good man. So the game is afoot.
Would you like to see an ankle? Oh, I can only examine. I guess we'll just look around. This must be a mouse trap, I think. Perhaps I could distract the crewman's attention with this somehow. Fuck it, let's try it.
Okay, we ball. Oh.
That sounds like big mouse in trap. I will bring bucket of water later and put out of misery.
I don't like the sound of that.
In any case, my dear fellow, that was quite unconvincing. Only a Japanese mice make a chew sound.
Oh, really, Sholmes? And pray tell, what sound do Russian mice make?
PB, naturally. Though also quite unconvincing, I really admit. So go ahead, Mr. Mikoto, do a PB this time.
No, thank you. I'm sure I can come up with an alternative solution. How about if I just pull the fire alarm? This
Hell
would
yeah.
appear to be an alarm bell. All hell would break loose if that thing were to ring. The whole crew would know about it. Here goes then. Pardon me in advance.
You, what are you doing? If we were at sea, that would be very bad problem.
What's going on down there? Seaman Stroganoff, report at once!
Sorry, sir. Nothing to report. It's just stupid trick. No, not by me. By world famous... No, as I told you.
Now, Sholmes, now! Not even 5 seconds, eh?
Not even... Oh. well, don't just stand here gaping at my brilliance, Mikotoba, and we go!
Oh, yes.
Whee!
Just had to pull the fire alarm to do it.
Amazing.
3rd November, SS Grouse. First class cabin. Number 2. Okay, so he's trashed his room. That's great. Good gracious.
It would appear that the occupant of this cabin did indeed disembark rather hurriedly.
Those clothes on the floor there. They're Seichiro's without question.
Well, it seems we were just a little too late.
Yes, by about 2 hours.
Still, whilst we're here, we should investigate thoroughly. There well may be 2 hours worth of clues to find in here.
But that burly crewman may return at any moment, Sholmes.
Indeed he may, which makes it all the more thrilling. Oh, I know what you're into. Anyway. Oh boy, I don't want to say that out loud.
There's a speaking tube here, look. Though it's been stoppered with some cloth. So the voices of the crewmen on the bridge aren't an annoyance, I suppose.
Or indeed, so that the voices in this cabin aren't heard elsewhere.
Oh? Could something have happened in here that was for no one else's ears, do you think?
Oh, either that, or... It could be to prevent snakes from entering. Yes.
really become a favorite case of yours, hasn't it?
Yes.
Too many snakes on this motherfucking boat.
Quite the exquisite glass, I must say. See here, how it, um,
Is something wrong, Sholmes? You suddenly trailed off.
ice, Mikotoba, ice! What opulence the first-class passengers enjoy chilled drinks!
Pardon?
Could it be that this steamship is equipped with electrically refrigerated cold room, do you think?
Well, it is a luxury liner after all. They have enormous refrigerators for storing all sorts of lavish produce as well as ice. On our voyage from Japan, we enjoyed culinary delights from all over the world.
Suddenly, Mikotoba, the sight of you is making my mouth water.
Is now
What does
the
that
time.
Not the yaoi on the ship. I haven't. Oh wait.
taken on the flavor of the food I ate, you know. Well, not with that attitude. I'm sure we could investigate. According to the report I was given, Naruhodo was concealing himself in Asugi's wardrobe.
Indeed, he was, and it was of a similar size to this one. Ah, you must climb inside yourself, my dear fellow.
What? Whatever for?
Oh, it was the site of my first fateful meeting with Mr. Naruhodo. You can experience the moment of your... you can experience the moment for yourself now, complete with my dramatic rhetoric. Come along now, in you go. This will only take a moment.
Why do I have to go back in the closet? Really, Sholmes, surely you can just tell me what you said. Ah,
Well,
welcome back.
I uttered some... Hello, welcome in, Franziska von Karma. Well, I uttered some brilliant remark and opened the wardrobe to reveal this stowaway murder.
I think I'll just read about it in the Adventures of Herlock Sholmes. Let's see, do you have anything in the trash can? This is the waste paper basket, look. And there's still rubbish inside.
Indeed, let us pry. I've discovered recently I have a penchant for exploring the contents of others' waste paper baskets.
I sincerely hope only for your work.
No. I mean, yes. Actually. Actually. Well, here we have a notice issued to passengers from 3 years ago. Oh, 3 days, sorry.
Ago. The night before
Sorry.
we arrived in London, then. When I was still aboard myself. Evacuation drill notice, 31st October. The following departure... okay, well...
Well
Apparently I
then.
don't get to read that. Yes.
Damn.
There was an evacuation drill. I remember now. For our safety and security, all first-class passengers were constantly under the watchful eye of the crew. So it was a welcome relief to have some privacy for once. Alright, well, let's actually read that now that I have it in the court record. Never mind, I can't access the court record.
God damn.
Fuck me wanting to read that.
That substantial heap of clothes on the floor.
Did he forget his wallet?
An overcoat, shirts, a dressing gown.
Momohiki work trousers, a tanzen robe, a haramaki waistband. Clearly the clothing of a Japanese man.
And clearly, Japanese men are unaccustomed to the culture of the wardrobe.
It looks to me as if they've been thrown in a heap like that in something of a hurry.
Oh, indeed, indeed. You could help yourself to a Japanese man's shirt, perhaps.
I don't need his clothing.
Oh, not yet. I'm sure you made a mention of packing too few. What?
I'd very likely drown in one of Seishiro's shirts. No, I'll just buy any extras I need, I think. I cannot believe I just said shorts on accident. It's fine.
Oh,
Going back in the closet
man.
again. And welcome, Kai Takasaki. All right. Okay, so we have this giant trunk.
That's a very sizable trunk indeed.
Seishiro is
Say-
partial to all things large.
Oh.
We'll just leave that
I-
lying there, apparently.
oh! Oh, I see. Wink, wonk, and rather clumsy fellow. We failed to notice he'd left that behind.
Perhaps he left it on purpose. It's lighter than you might think, but still a hindrance to a speedy escape.
Wonder what else is large. Alright, pity. It's locked. So we can't look inside.
Didn't you just brag about the fact you can unlock any lock in less than 5 seconds? Like, we just went through that.
Convenient.
Surely 5
I'm very
seconds from
selective.
now, the situation will be quite different, though.
Sadly not. It has a 7-digit combination lock. And I'm not in a morose enough mood to work through all the combinations at present.
Okay, well, That's
So we
fine,
can
I
break
guess.
it.
yeah. I mean, brute forcing it won't actually take that long, but... These are the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Sorry, Sholmes, you've got to be checked. Additionally, there are severe punishments for stowing away in wardrobes and/or travel cases. Wow, do you ever look at a rule and go, I think we influenced that one?
Yeah. I feel the rules have increased since I last read them. Probably just my imagination.
What about the fact that they're not straight on the wall? Doesn't that strike you? There's nothing straight in this room, it's fine.
Yeah, yo. You may be right. Probably just your imagination. A trifle. And you know what I always say, Mikotoba? There is nothing important about trifles.
It's probably just my imagination, but I think that might be slightly off.
Damn.
Exactly, chat. You can do it. Just brute force it. Plenty of reading material to keep passengers occupied on the long sea voyages. I found the mixture of classic literature and easy reading to be most satisfactory, I must say.
Oh, this is before Netflix was invented. Whoever stoked this bookcase was hopelessly heretic.
I love how it's not Netflix and chill, it's random bookcase and chill.
Yeah. There's no copy of the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, my dear fellows.
I'm afraid it's just me. But no, you're quite right. More blasphemous than overlooking the Bible.
I shall leave a copy behind. I just happen to have one with me.
You are a true missionary of the Church of the Great Detectives, aren't you?
Yes. It's just mandatory reading. Oh?
The wall is a slightly different color here. Do you see?
Oh, indeed. What have you observed arises when a frame that has been hanged for some time is removed?
You gonna figure it out, man?
Perhaps your friend is an art thief.
Nope. Now there's a bold deduction worthy of a great detective, I'm sure.
He may very well be the elusive thief who has been plaguing France's galleries of late.
I think perhaps we should focus our attentions elsewhere, Sholmes, don't you think? That outline on the wall. I feel as though I might have spotted something of a similar shape and size elsewhere. It's almost like it's right in front of my face. Uh-oh. Chicken's
It's
back.
chicken!
You still here?
Ah, Abel Seaman Stroganoff. Hello again. Would
Sorry.
you
I
like to
was
see my ankle
beginning-
now?
Yes,
Never know. Funny.
I too would like to partake in viewing of the ankles. I was beginning to think you'd never materialize.
Eh? You are waiting for me?
Of course, I was expecting you to burst in with a hearty Russian profanity far sooner.
I was in trouble with Captain because of trick you played before.
Poor innocent chicken.
It's
I'd be
all
mad
your
if my
fault.
name was Chicken too.
It's fine. We can each rename ourselves on this stream. One of us can be chicken, one can be beef, and one can be pork.
Okay.
The ship is leaving port soon. Get off now.
Of course, we shall disembark presently, my dear fellow, but first... there's something that must be done.
What are you talking about?
Why, naturally, the debunking of your deceit and the bearing of the truth. What?
Sure. Boy?
Kakui?
Bless you.
Bless you, yeah. I'm afraid I see through your lies. For one thing, Mr. Jigoku has not left this vessel at all. And for another, my dear Seaman Stroganov, you know exactly where the man is even as we speak, don't you?
Oh, how can you...
Chat has called mutton. Actually, I've decided I want to be tofu. So.
Okay, there you go. I'll be chicken.
Goodness gracious, Sholmes. You mean you've worked it out? All of it?
I just really like holding my mask like this. It makes me feel very cool. It's really been too long, hasn't it, old friend? 10 years, no less.
I just realized he's probably actually holding the brim of his hat, but because we have him in the alternate costume, it just looks like he's holding his hand up, like,
Yeah.
doing nothing.
Yeah.
He's just like, yes.
My hand would be here.
Ah.
So, would you care to join me for a dance of my inimitable logic and reasoning?
Nothing would please me more.
What is this?
Oh.
Oh.
We have a spotlight! We have but minutes until the vessel puts out to sea. No games now. Oh, yeah, he is there. Time is of the essence.
Just
Mr.
go
Stroganov, allow me to remind you Mr. Stroganov, allow me to remind you of your earlier claim. You told us that Jigoku left the ship some 2 hours ago.
That's what I said.
Sadly, that was a rather clumsy lie. You see, there is something in this room that quite clearly contradicts it.
I'm glad we are going to address it, because I caught it, but I sat there and went, did they just forget how long it takes ice to melt? Yes, of course.
I see you've noted it too, Mikotoba. Then please do take the lead. What in this cabin allows the impossibility of Jigoku having disembarked 2 hours ago? Let's see what the last 3 years have done to your observational skill then, Mikotoba.
It's been 10 years since we last did this, Sholmes, not 3.
Why, of course it has, quite! Now all of the clues are here in the cabin, for your eyes to see.
The way that his glove is, it looks like he's pointing a gun at Mikotoba in the background, like...
No. Oh, I like that. This is where we finally see Sholmes in real action. This deduction proves that he's been playing around the whole time
to train Ryunosuke in the art of deduction. Oh, there we go.
He's just been fucking around with Ryunosuke going, he gets so mad whenever I do this. It's so funny.
Right, he's just like in the background. But as I always say, you must not merely look, but observe. Observe, and the answers become clear. So impress me.
I think I can manage that. Alright, we're gonna go with the glass containing ice.
Oh, we tapped
fancy.
this, and I...
Perhaps you should have cleared away that glass.
How curious that the ice should have melted despite it being abandoned 2 hours ago. It would appear that the man was here in this very cabin until moments before our arrival. With this well-chilled glass in hand.
Get your mind off of the refreshments, Sholmes.
One might even conclude that somebody informed him of our boarding. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Stroganov? Actually...
But why would Seishiro run from us?
Not sexy enough? But before we consider that question, allow me to confirm one small matter. Would I be correct in saying that these first-class cabins of the SS Grouse are the same ones in which you and Mr. Jigoku were accommodated in our voyage from Japan?
That's right, they are. I was in the cabin next door, and Seishiro was... yes. 50 days in this very cabin during our voyage.
As I suspected, for you see. There are traces in this cabin of a dark secret that Mr. Jigoku had to hide.
What traces?
I know nothing about this.
Ah, this is news to you, is it, Mr. Stroganov?
Sholmes, what exactly are you getting at?
As I said, there are traces in this cabin of some nefarious activity. Something that appeared out of place, which I'm quite sure you won't have escaped your notice.
Something out of place in here?
That's the key to this, Mikotoba. The remnants of the dark deed that took place in here are being masked by something. I must say, I didn't foresee ever doing the dance of deduction with you again, Mikotoba.
No, quite. But life is full of unexpected twists and turns, as we well know. Now then, let's see if I can't uncover the truth here.
Yes, you have the floor, my dear fellows.
Alright, what's incongruous? We have the rules of passage that are very clearly not on the right wall.
He loves to tap dance.
Look, like, it looks fancy, so... It's the rules of passage in this frame here. They're obviously out of place. The way they're hanging crooked on the wall, as if they were put there in a hurry.
Yes, I'm sure you've already concluded. That frame was originally over there, in the shape and size of a perfect match.
You were right. When did frame move?
Hardly the most observant of crewmen, are you, Mr. Stroganov? I would think your captain is quite justified by having his observations about your reliability.
Oh dear. That really seemed to touch a nerve. Poor Mr. Stroganoff. He's just getting slammed in this one. So, oh, that's not me. Never mind.
Oh, so, Mikotoba, why don't you lift that frame off the wall?
I was like, why am I saying my own name for a second? Because I'm not.
In the third person, are we?
Oh,
shit! Oh, fuck.
Well, that
then.
that escalated quickly.
Whoa.
That looks like a bullet hole.
What? Who has been shooting walls?
Where is the exit?
See, the projectile has been removed. Clearly, the careful the occupant of this room has already disposed of it. Now then, Mr. Stroganoff, I have the distinct impression that you're attempting to shield the said occupant.
Oh, that's a good point. It's the origin of the dance of deduction. That's why Mikotoba always does his little dance. I love that.
Don't know what you're talking about. Why would I try to protect Eastern Stranger?
Ah, so we're talking about the same man, I see. Good. I'm sure we can get to the bottom of this in no time, are you? Because there's some very noteworthy evidence that explains the reason why you're lying for the man. Yes, you've been told to keep up this pretense as clearly shown by...
I really don't know how to approach this one, Sholmes.
Ah, my dear Mikotoba, simply keep first principles in mind. Study your subject from every angle. And I'm quite sure that you'll see it. In fact, I'd put a wager on it.
So I'm to glare at the fellow from all sides? Well, I can certainly do that. Alright. Let's see what he's got.
Check out his midriff.
Oop.
Oh.
Dude has a fat stack.
Oh. And a bakery. A whole cake back there.
It's almost too obvious for words.
Ooh, look at that booty. I mean, quite! The universal language of the word is money!
Who just leaves that much money hanging out like that? Like... And I wager that the Eastern fellow in question is Seishiro Jigoku. Yes? So, I presume you realize what this means. There are clear signs that a crime has been committed in this cabin. And the way you're going, sir, you'll find yourself accused of being an accomplice.
But
I believe you know, Mr. Stroganoff. You know where Mr. Jigoku is hiding in this precise moment in time. Oh, don't hide those pretty eyes from me, baby girl. As always, Mikotoba, in matters of deduction, the furtive glance is your unfaltering ally.
Yes, I think you're onto something there, Sholmes. You found the chink in this burly fellow's armor.
Oh yes, we need only follow the man's gaze to know where our prey is hiding. The slightest flicker of the pupils, a minutely delayed blink. Nothing escapes my attention, even that which is barely perceptible.
You could hardly call this barely perceptible, Sholmes. The man's turned his entire head. It's not exactly what you'd describe as a furtive glance, is it? It's almost too obvious.
Well, we shall let your tapping toes decide, my dear fellow.
Alright, well, what's he looking at?
The box.
Take that!
Ah.
Is this where we ask whether he knows the combination or whether all three of us are just stupidly sitting there trying to brute force it? You turned immediately to look at this large trunk, didn't you? The truth is, Seishiro Jigoku was unable to escape from the ship in time, and is, at this very moment, doing his best to stifle his breath inside this trunk.
Oh, if he still has breath to take, I fear he may be running dangerously low in air. I imagine he didn't count on us making a nuisance of ourselves for quite so long. I think it would be in everyone's best interest for us to open the trunk as quickly as possible.
Wouldn't that be hilarious? He's dead in the trunk because he self-asphyxiated. But how can we? Are you forgetting about the combination lock? We don't know the 7-digit code.
The combination lock can't be opened from the inside of the trunk. Therefore, there must have been an arrangement for somebody to open it after our departure.
Of course.
In short, before Jigoku hid himself inside the trunk, he must have told somebody a 7-digit number for the lock. As I'm sure you can confirm, Mr. Stroganoff.
Oh, is Sholmes actually a number?
Oh,
You flip it upside down.
whatever he just said. Yeah, but
Also-
5, 2,
31045.
5. Yeah.
My good seaman.
Huh?
Can we stop calling him a seaman, just like asking for a friend?
Now, Mikotoba, would you do the honors and open the trunk?
How on earth do you expect me?
It's a 7-digit number, remember? Quickly now, we have little time.
We prepared ourselves. We've played Danganronpa. Alright, oh shit. Okay, so 5, 2,
2.
3, 1, 0, 4, 5. Right? Oh, I can review the scene. Fuck it, I think I've got it right.
Oh shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I am a memory master. I am not a memory master. No one expect anything of me, please.
That's gonna be the only time we do that.
Literally, like, in 5 minutes, I'm going to have to ask for something that I have seen 800 times, but can't remember in 2 seconds. That did it. It's open. Who is
You
Jigoku?
had to meddle, didn't you?
Oh shit. What the fuck?
Hey, baby girl.
So
I
he's
don't remember
flexible.
Shikoku.
Oh!
Jesus.
Well, that's one way to look at it.
Look, I'm an optimist.
Is it me? Because I usually play the judge.
I would
Yeah,
assume
I
so,
think it's
yes.
me.
Go ahead. I think it's you.
Well, Eugene, you found me now.
Seishiro. I just almost said Mikotoba because I read the wrong line. It's fine.
Meh.
Just say your own name. Ah. I was really hoping beyond hope not to find you here, you know.
You're not entirely unsurprised, I take it.
No, quite. I just wish it was some other way.
Well, are you going to introduce me? I'm in room 2.
Your reputation precedes you, Mr. Films. I've read stories of many of your exploits.
Excuse my manners, Sholmes. This is Mr. Jigoku, my old friend and traveling companion.
And lover.
And love. Oh my, he's very hot. The devil
so
is in the
hot.
details, Mikotoba. I believe you meant to say your friend and lover and traveling companion. Who made the cowardly decision to flee the country without words to anyone when things turned sour.
I see my reputation precedes me as well. What an honor.
Well, Seishiro, are you going to explain all this?
You know it all by now, I imagine. What you didn't know, of course, is that 3 days ago, on the night before our arrival in Britain, an attempt was made on my life here in this very ship.
By the Reaper of the Bailey. Yes, I've since heard. Because you were once prosecuted by the Reaper, weren't you? 10 years ago now, mind you.
And I had no idea at the time what a dangerous individual he was. Anyway, when we arrived in London to find the symposium was postponed until goodness knows when. Spooked myself. It became all too apparent to me that I might very well be targeted again.
So you decided to flee the capital without saying a word to me about it?
I'm afraid so, yes. Of course, I realize now. That I really ought to have confided in you.
Oh, we have a new person.
It's somewhat surprising, I must say.
Never mind, Sholmes just didn't
What
get a
is?
thing.
Oh, well, okay.
He's just
What
talking
is?
weird for fun.
Okay.
Just does that.
Well, first-class cabins aboard luxury steamships are very short supply. It's more than a little hard to believe that this one just happened to be available.
Hold on, I took my eyeballs off. Give me a second. So says the protagonist of some colorful short stories. Well, I don't care for your opinion. The cabin did just happen to be available, so I purchased a ticket and here I am.
I've just seen for myself the obvious remnants of that incident in this cabin. So you'd already purchased your return ticket before we even docked in Dover, had you? To prevent anyone else from taking this cabin and seeing the evidence? Is that it?
Eugene, I have nothing to say to you.
But to love a squirrel. Well, in a mere 5 minutes, the ship will set off on its onward voyage and not make a port again until Italy. I'm afraid we must insist that you disembark with us at once.
You have no jurisdiction over my movements.
Get
I
back in
can
the
tap
trunk.
dance for you. We have this, Seishiro. Take it.
What is it?
It's a subpoena from the Old Bailey. You're a man of the law. You know what the ramifications of ignoring a document like this from the British courts would be.
Oh shit.
You came prepared then, Eugene.
Oh, what a hot look in his eyes right now.
I know, I was just thinking that, like, this
Ah!
man... I was also thinking, like, he's got a ponytail, you can pull that, like... He's built for that. Come on, let's go.
One moment, please.
What is it, Sholmes?
Oh, inside Mr. Jikoku's trunk. I found this rather fascinating trinket.
What is that? Seishiro?
Can't help you, I'm afraid. Some small component from something? But what? I have no idea.
By the look on his face, I think he genuinely doesn't know.
Well, let us pocket it as a small souvenir of our brief sojourn to France.
Alright, we just got a random piece.
Ooh.
We just gave it to, Ryunosuke, like, you know what? You can have this. Maybe it'll be useful. If not, just throw it away. It's yours now.
Yeah, put it to Goodwill or something.
Well, young Naruhodo, I think we've done as much as we can, I'm afraid. The rest will be on the shoulders of you and your assistant. It does kind of look like a watch fob.
Yeah.
3rd November, 12:10 p.m., the Old Bailey courtroom.
And we're back.
Kazuma Asogi, I know you, and I know you wouldn't lie. But still, there's no doubt that you're holding something back. You know more than you're saying.
During the past 30 minutes while this court was adjourned, all possible efforts were expended. But sadly, Mr. Jigoku's whereabouts could not be ascertained.
Well, what if you talk to my little rabbit friend?
We must accept the unfortunate conclusion that the Reaper has already done the deed. There's no sense in wasting any more of the court's time. The prosecution calls for an immediate verdict.
No, the trial cannot end now.
You're a Japanese man, Ryunosuke. You should know when to lay down your sword.
Well, maybe you should learn when to not use yours on a metal trunk. So. And you should know never to presume when the battle is won.
The court has already been presented with all the evidence and heard all the relevant testimony. And there can only be one conclusion, that the accused is guilty.
All relevant testimony? Far from it. There's still a crucial witness from whom the court is yet to hear a single word of testimony.
In that case, call your witness to the stand at once, counsel.
Yes, my lord. Tomorrow. If possible. Maybe. If I can swing it.
What? The witness is already on his way and scheduled to arrive tomorrow. Who on earth is this crucial witness?
Your mom? No.
Seishiro Jigoku. The very man allegedly murdered by the Reaper.
Judge Jigoku, you found him.
Yeah, because I hung out in the courtroom, so maybe the rest of you could do your jobs.
But the investigation of every policing resource of the capital suggests that Jigoku has already did.
Well, maybe your police should get better.
Okay, good. How in the name of God did you find the man?
Have I mentioned how much I hate this view? He was located in France during the recess, at the port of Dunkirk. Thanks to one of Mr. Herlock Sholmes's famous deductions.
Herlock Sholmes.
Inspector Gregson almost certainly met with Mr. Jigoku on the night of his death. Because, along with Prosecutor Asogi, Gregson was on a mission to assassinate the man. Which means that Seishiro Jigoku is the sole witness who can clarify exactly what happened aboard the SS Grouse on the 31st October.
Hey, yo. Well, it would appear that it's too soon to move to adjudication at this point.
Prosecution concurs. The court must hear Mr. Jigoku's testimony. No judgment should be passed until all testimony has been considered.
In that case, I hereby call the end of today's proceedings. Court will reconvene at the same hour tomorrow. No objections from either side?
No, my lord.
No objections, my lord.
Why did we get to look at him? He's not part of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, what the heck?
We live to fight another day. by the skin of our teeth.
Oh shit!
And we have hit our to be continued.
Yay! We
Sure
did
did.
it.
We did it. I think we'll end here for tonight then, because
Yeah.
we're close to the end. Seems like a good place to end. Anyone got any announcements?
Nope.
The hell is that noise outside? Apologies if you can hear that through my mic. I don't know what the fuck that is. Thank you all for hanging out, and thank you for being patient with us as we find out all of the new things we can do. If you are on Twitch, below, I believe, is still the link to our YouTube channel. I don't know. I didn't check. So if it's gone, I don't know what to do. I'll check that later. But we do have a YouTube channel.
Love it.
Go check out any of our previous games that we've played, including previous streams of this. And if you are watching this on YouTube, please feel free to like, subscribe, and all of that. I think that's all we
Yeah.
got. Thanks for hanging out, all, and have a good night. Bye.
Night,
Bye-bye.
everybody.